How can onboarding leaders position orientation as a strategic priority rather than just an operational necessity?
I think first and foremost, stop talking about it as a program. It's not a program, it's a process. And I think the moment we start talking about orientation programs, it's transactional, it's functional, it plugs in, it is a standalone siloed thing. When you start talking about the orientation process or the onboarding process or the student integration process or the cultural acquisition process, or that is when it becomes strategic. That's when you start thinking about this in a holistic way and not just the program starts at this time, at this date, and it ends at this time, at this date, and then it's done. No, that's not how it works. That's not how human beings even work. And so to think about onboarding in a strategic way, we got to talk about onboarding in a strategic way. We have to think about it as not a student and a family member and supporter shows up and then they leave. It's what are the 14 touch points that happen before that? And what's the opportunity to make that 50 touch points before that? How do we think about this from the moment that maybe they're at an informational fair at, a community college or at a high school? How do we start talking about onboarding and the culture of the organization at that moment? And then how do we continue that even after the orientation experience? And if you have a summer orientation program or a fall or spring semester orientation, whatever that is, that onboarding, then it's a process. It's not an individual program. And I think that's where we get stuck as we think about, well, we can only do so much in the time we have them. But we don't have them for just that period of time. We have them from the moment that they even consider coming to our institutions, let alone being admitted, all the way through whenever. I mean, the end point of that could be, if we want to go with the traditional, it's the first 6 weeks. Sure, it could be the first semester, it could be the first year, whatever that extension is. But in order to be a strategic partner, we've got to think strategically and stop thinking about this as a transactional process of a program. It's not a program. The program is one step in a multi-step periodized process that is important for our students and their supporters to be successful on our campuses.